Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly.
The United States of America, mostly called as the US or USA, is undoubtedly one of the most unique and powerful nations in the globe. What makes this country unique and powerful is mostly because of the variety of citizens living in this nation. According to infoplease.com, just in 2010, there were 308,745,538 people living in the US and more than 10 races populating the nation, including white, black or African American, Asian, and Hispanic. Because of the amount of people living in this country is so humongous, it is hard to find something common in between them that makes them qualify as an American. So what aspect, more specifically constitutional right, makes a person truly American? The constitutional rights of the United States was created with the Constitution, which was created by the Founding Fathers at the year 1787. They actually created the Constitution to create an organized government instead of a chaotic or tyrannical one. It was created after the Confederation that they had created failed them. The Bill of Rights came with the Constitution in order to actually grant the citizens the rights that actually they can use, also known as the constitutional rights. At the time when the Constitution was being written, the Founding Fathers, the authors of the Constitution, were afraid that another tyrannical government will rise and affect the citizens just like how the British affected the colonists living in America. Therefore, they made sure that the citizens living in America, both in the present and the future, have a way to defend themselves just in case a tyrannical government will rise. They created the Second Amendment to serve this very purpose. The Second Amendment, as most of us will know, allows Americans to bear arms. This is very unique when compared to other countries because they usually do not allow this. Perhaps this makes the American experience because of the fact that it is very unique when compared to other countries, not only inside the US. What makes the Second Amendment unique is that not only when compared to our constitutional rights, it is very unique when compared to other rights in the world. Most countries in the world do not grant their citizens the right to bear arms. Most of them don't even allow them to own a firearm in the very first place. However, American citizens are different. This is because of the Second Amendment. It is legal for them to actually bear arms and actually own a gun. This perhaps is what the true American experience is. This can be only found in America and nowhere else in the world. Maybe that is what separates us Americans from others.
So the uniqueness of the Second Amendment is that it gives American citizens the right to bear arms towards the goal of self-defense, which is unique around the world because other free democratic countries do not have something that allows citizens to bear arms, specifically firearms. So if you look at other democracies, Western democracies like Great Britain or France, or any of the major Western democracies, there really isn't a constitutionally protected right to bear arms. So that makes it very unique to the U.S.
We can add, I think, the National Rifle Association. We can add the Second Amendment to the justices. They almost go in a certain way.
Only 36% of U.S. families actually own any type of firearm in 2016, according to the Washington Post. Therefore, maybe calling the Second Amendment the right that only a minority of citizens taking advantage of isn't the best way to describe an American citizen.
Do you believe an 18-year-old high school student should be able to walk into a store, minutes later come out with an AR-15 style gun?
Because of what it
I've had enough.
To the U.S. citizen.
I've had enough.
According to Cato.org, the number of people being affected by guns are increasing over time. Therefore, some people argue that we should stop this while others don't.
firearms obviously can have dire consequences if they're not used responsibly or if they fall into the wrong hands. So it becomes, by definition, a very controversial issue and right. I would say it's a combination of the First Amendment and the Second Amendment. I think those are uniquely American. In the case of the First Amendment, similar to the Second Amendment, a lot of other Western democracies do not have an enumerated constitutional protection for freedom of the press or freedom of speech.
So, what is the true American experience? Is it the Second Amendment, which is unique yet controversial, or is it the combination between the first and the second, which is still unique when compared to other Western democracies? The answer is up to you.